Hi folks, DJ Static back again. Probably can't see me too well because of the blinds, but hey, best I can do. Got a silhouette behind me. So, I'm back once again, but this time it's not, and this time it's for another product review. It's on something I just picked up. If you can see me. It's on something I just picked up. This is the Chauvet Scorpion Storm. It's the new, basically like a star cluster almost. It's pretty much their answer to Cam's, DMX star cluster, except this one only uses green instead of green and red. Nice light, I think. I've already turned it on last night. Unfortunately, I can't really show you in here because it's, pretty much, it's too bright to even see it. But we'll take a closer look at it, get you to look at it. I know it's relatively new. This one was made this one actually has a date of manufacture of 6/24 this year. And like I said, it's going to get a real testing this week because I got a gig coming up that I'm going to be doing that it's going to get a good look at. So I'll pause the camera and we'll take a closer look at the light itself. Hold tight. Okay, so got a closer look at the light, basically from the backside. Got all your necessary items you have here. We have DMX in, DMX out, your dip switches. Really wish Chauvet would use, the American DJ style stuff. We have an LCD screen with buttons to push instead of these dip switches because if you can again see the size of my fingers. It's not easy to get these dip switches set correctly. Over here you have your switch for your voltage. You can do 110 or 220 because this can be sold in both markets. But like Jonathan said, don't mess with this because if you switch it to 220 here in America, you're just going to dim the light because we don't use that. We use 110. And if you get this in England and you switch to 110 and you plug it into 220, well, you're going to pop the fuse. You got your sound sensitivity knob here. Now, if you turn this all the way up, I tested this thing last night when I got home from work, and turn this thing all the way up, it seems to take pretty much any sound, even the sound of like, air blowing past it. Means my breath was basically setting it off, and this thing will then, it'll rotate, it changes to everything, and it strobes and all that, so you can adjust this to change your sound of light. This is probably what I'm going to be doing when I use this thing on Thursday at the gig that I'm going to, but we'll see what happens. Power switch, it lights up when you turn it on or off. You've got power in for the unit, and then you also have power link output. I'm assuming you can only use this with other Scorpion Storms or the Scorpion RG or any of the other ones that they might have that Chauvet offers. But, if anybody can tell me otherwise, go ahead and sound off. You can do that right down below in the comments section if you want to. So, now just give me a second here. Pause the camera again, and I'll flip it around to the side so you can just get a quick look at that. Actually, you know what? What the heck? Since we only got a little bit, I'll just go ahead and flip it. And you can see on the side, we've got the cooling fan. There's one of these on each side, one here, and then one there on both sides. I'm assuming it's to cool the laser diode off. So, at least that's what I think it is. So flip it back around here. Now you're looking at the front of the unit. Now, this single aperture is where the laser light comes out. I'm assuming there's probably some kind of a lens in this that splits it because it's a single beam from what I've heard. It's a single beam that just splits off into hundreds of other ones. And this is pretty much using the same fat beam technology that Chauvet uses in their Scorpion and Scorpion RG and all the other Scorpion lasers. Basically, it allows them to use a 50 milliwatt laser without you having to have a variance. I already looked into this before I bought this light because I don't have a variance yet. And if I wanted to get this and it turned out I needed a variance, I was SOL. So basically, it sounds like they've got a 50 milliwatt laser inside of this device, and because there's only one and it's split, when the beams come out, they're less than 5 milliwatts. So produces a nice color. I mean, it's nothing compared to like the 50 milliwatt units you see, Captain Laser using. That's a shout to A1 Party DJs. Buddy, I really like your shows. That's why I'm taking a lot of inspiration. So that's basically all there is to it. Now, pause the camera and we'll relocate. We'll go down to my basement. Hopefully, should be dark enough, and we might be able to see some of the lights. So hold tight. Okay, so I lied. I was able to darken my room up enough that we could do this in here. Excuse me. So, as you can see, that's basically what it looks like. It's pretty much the cam star cluster all over again, just only in green. Right now it's on the sound active mode that I was telling you about, where if you turn the sensitivity knob, it's pretty much, it jumps immediately. So, that's max sensitivity. Now I've turned it down to minimum, and as you can see, it's just running through a set pattern that it's got. Now, unfortunately, I can't test at DMX. I don't have my DMX controller with me. So, but in the meantime, I will turn this thing up to a decent level, and we'll turn on some tunage and see what happens. So, my take on it? Well, it's definitely a nice light. You saw how it looked even without fog. Could you imagine what that's going to look like with fog? I mean, it's nothing compared to, like, you know, the star cluster that Jonathan just showed us, but hey, you know what? I think it's going to look real nice. Now, like I said, it's got its trial by fire coming up this Thursday. I have a gig that I'm doing the sound and lighting for. It's one of my employees, DJ Bear Simzik, is doing his final rave at my alma mater, La Roche College. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be filming. I'm going to be shooting a gig log for it because it's going to take pretty much all day to set up for. And I'm going to be doing stuff with this light. Pardon me, reaching down here. I'm going to be doing plenty of stuff with this light. This one's going to be one of our centerpieces. I also have two Eliminator tarantulas that I'm going to be using. For anybody that's wondering, those are just like, you know, cheap sound-alike lasers. They're real nice though. They're very, very nice for what they are. They're only a 4.9 milliwatt unit, and they usually only cost about $90. You know, so getting two is not that hard. I don't use lasers that often, but now that I'm thinking about it, you know, and also finally stepping up to proper DMX lights, I'm ditching those par cans that you saw, the incandescent ones. I've got 2 or 3 Color Splash Juniors. I just need to get one more, and I have 4, so I can maybe do some uplighting. You know, again, Brian and Jonathan have taught me a lot with their videos, and they always say imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. So you guys can say It was for you guys. You're the ones who inspired me to do it. If anybody thinks I'm being a poser, say it. Don't care. I'm doing this for myself and also for the DJ AWP. I'll post a link in the comments section. It's going to be either I think it's that side. You're going to see it. I don't know. Everything's backwards to me, so. Anyway, that's the Chauvet Scorpion Storm G laser light, laser star cluster. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Practice and enjoy.